Hello friends, welcome in this video. Before beginning, I would like to thank one of my learners, Soni Singh. He commented and told me that in the last video, in which the same portion I dealt with, or I taught the same portion of degrees of comparison, video number 4. In that video, the background music was a little louder, okay, and because of that my learners couldn't maybe hear my voice clearly, or maybe it was not as clear as it was expected. So I thank you, Soni Singh, once again for bringing to my notice this fault, and I appeal to you, I request to all of you, whoever is watching this video or whoever has watched this video, to write your suggestions in the comment box. I will not feel bad. On the other hand, I will feel good, I will feel happy that you watch my videos concentratively and you are expressing your opinions as frankly as I expected you. Okay, so now without wasting more time, I start this degrees of comparison portion. But in this video I am going to use the lowest background music. Okay, so here we go. We have been learning degrees of comparison, okay, and I have made totally 6 videos. The 4th video which I made, okay, had this volume problem. That is why I am making the same video again, but I have taken different examples. Okay, so here we go. Very few teachers in our school were as talkative as Nigam sir. Last time in those videos I told you that when you want to identify the degree, there are particular words in that construction, degree construction, which tell you what type of degree is that, or from those words themselves you can understand how its answers should be. So the structure is the surest way of making your answers perfect. This is one point. One more point to remember is, when the comparison is between only two, positive and comparative degree constructions are possible. It means you can change a positive degree sentence into comparative degree sentence, or vice versa. Means you can change comparative into positive degree. But when the comparison is between more than 2 places or things or people, then all the 3 positive, comparative, superlative degree sentences can be made. So keeping these 2 points in our mind, okay, and the things which I am going to tell in a little more detailed way, you just give attention and make this portion as easy as possible with more and more practice. So here we go. As I said, in every structure there are some particular important words, like here, very few. From these 2 words we can understand that the degree is positive degree. With these 2 words you can just remember this: as, adjective, as. From these words you can understand that it must be positive degree. it is positive degree because these words show us that it is positive degree and positive degree of a particular type, because these words make us understand how the answer should be, or in the answer which particular words should come. For example, if you want to change this into comparative degree, then here are the words which you can keep in mind or you can underline. Than, most other. This is comparative degree construction, and in this you have to remember than, most other. In the place of most, many can come, like than, many other. Than, many other. So now it is easy to learn, and the easiness comes when you remember in the construction particular words or their position also. Now you can see here, after very few and before the verb, after very few and before the verb, all the part is subject, and after the second as, this is object. So when you want to write the answer, you take the object first. Nigam sir, Nigam sir. Was. Remember, this is plural. Why is this plural? Were. Why plural verb is used here? Because the subject teachers is plural. That's why word comes. Or one more point you can tell yourself, when the degree, positive degree, very few, beginning with very few comes, its verb is always plural. Its verb is always plural. That's why were. And here was because the subject is singular. Nigam sir was more talkative than most other. So from these two words, three words, I said two. From these three words you can understand it is comparative of the positive degree which begins with very few. So the identification of positive degree you can decide from very few and as plus adjective plus as. The comparative degree you can identify from these words, than, most other, or than, many other. And superlative you can understand from one of the. That is why the answer will be Nigam sir was. Again, the subject is singular. That is why the verb is singular. Nigam sir was one of the most talkative teachers in our school. So, from these words you can understand how that particular degree can be made. Very few, it shows it is positive degree. Than, most other, or than, many other shows comparative degree, and one of the shows superlative degree. We'll take the second example now. Alka is more understanding than many other girls in our apartment. From these words, than many other, you can easily tell that it is comparative degree, because these words are the identification of the comparative degree. So, comparative degree. Now, read this. Alka is one of the. From these three words themselves, you can say this is superlative degree. Alka is one of the most understanding girls in our apartment. Okay. Now, from these two words, very few, and as, adjective as, you can understand it is positive degree. So the answer is very few girls in our apartment are as understanding as Alka. And note down, in the sentence, degree sentence beginning with very few, the verb is always plural, never singular, always plural. Note this point down. And then you can come to the third example. From the words one of the, you can easily tell it is superlative degree. Ooty is one of the most charming hill stations in India. When one of comes, after one of, the noun is always plural, like one of hill stations, plural. When you say one of my best friend, if you say, it is wrong. One of my best friends, because we are talking about one of means out of many. That is why after one of, the noun which comes is always plural. So Ooty is one of the most charming hill stations in India. Go to the answer now. Very few. From very few you can understand it is positive degree. And as, adjective, as, from this you can understand that it is a particular type of positive degree sentence. Very few hill stations in India are as charming as Ooty. Now, Ooty is more charming than most other. From these three words you can understand it is comparative degree. Because in comparative degree, than most other comes, or than many other comes. So you can see these three words and tell that this is comparative degree. By seeing you can identify the degree, and when you want to change it, you can remember those three words. And position also. Okay, after adjective, than most other or than many other must come. After adjective, than most other comes. After adjective, than many other comes. So the positions are also very, very important. The position of the words. Very, very important. Okay. Now you just turn to this. MG Road is broader. Okay. Than many other. Than many other. From than many other you can tell it is comparative degree. And now its answers. Very few. From very few you can understand it is positive degree. MG Road is broader than many other roads in Bengaluru. Very few roads in Bengaluru are as broad as MG Road, Mahatma Gandhi Road. Now, look at these words, one of the. If one of the, these three words come, then it is always superlative. Because the adjective, superlative adjective form, adjective of superlative form can come after that. Okay, MG Road is one of the broadest roads in Bengaluru. Roads, note this down. This noun is plural, plural noun. After one of, plural noun must come. So now, take the last example, fifth one. A.R. Rahman is one of the. One of the has come, so this is superlative degree. You can change it into positive or comparative or both. For example, A.R. Rahman is more melodious than most other. Than most other has come, so it means comparative degree. This is comparative degree. A.R. Rahman is more melodious than most other musicians in India. And very few from these words themselves you can say this is positive degree. Very few musicians in India are as melodious as A.R. Rahman. So friends, what do you think? Is grammar difficult? No, it is never difficult. It was never difficult. It will never be difficult. But if you learn it with cheerfulness, with logic, by underlining or by remembering focal point words, we can call them focal point words. If you learn this way, then your memory also will understand this, because in your memory the words without background, if you want to keep them, they won't remember. The memory will not keep these words. That is why in every structure we have got a background for remembering these words. That is why these words will be remembered very well in your memory. Your memory will want these words to remember, because when you are learning, the main thing is happiness, interest, concentration. And with these three things, every portion, not only grammar, every subject becomes very, very easy. Because in every subject, in every subject, there are strong points. These are strengths, strong points. These words are strong points, focal points to make this learning easy. So I think this is enough for today, or this is enough for this video. I will come to you with many other videos, but I would like to request you to make suggestions, like, share, subscribe. Okay, tell more and more friends about these videos. If you have got any complaint to make, you can make. You can go to the comment box of our channel and you can make the complaint. If you think that the videos are not up to the standard, or not as expected, or not up to your expectations, you just can go to the comment box and write your suggestions. Frankly, I will not feel bad. That is why on one of my learners' suggestion, I am making this video second time. I will not feel tired. I feel happy. The moment I saw the comment of Soni Singh, I was very happy that the volume of the last video, that is degrees of comparison, video number 4 or 4, the volume is a little louder, and this was brought to my notice by Soni Singh. I thank him once again, and I say goodbye. Thank you. Take care.